I can hear the trains, they're rolling to a place I've never been. And I can feel her breath beside me with an empty glass of gin. As the darkness settles in, I can hear her voice again. I can hear your voice again. I'm waiting for someone to save me, but everyone just runs away. Waiting for someone to change me, but no one ever comes. I'm breaking down the walls that cage me, but nothing ever falls in place. Waiting for the end to take me, blinded by the sun. All the ghosts that live inside me, always waiting in the wind. I can see through my reflection what I become and what I've been. You see, your heaven doesn't want me, and your hell won't let me in. It's like I'm holding all the aces, but I know I'll never win. I'm waiting for someone to save me, but everyone just runs away. Waiting for someone to change me, but no one ever comes. I'm breaking down the walls that cage me, but nothing ever falls in place. Waiting for the end to take me, blinded by the sun. You can take it away, tear it all down.
Everyone deployed Red Friday, February 28th, 2020. And I got some news right now. Tonight's going to be a very powerful night, so I hope y'all are listening, patriots all across our beautiful country. So I'm going to start off with some news. Desperation, Warren unveils plan to stop coronavirus by defunding Trump's racist wall. Democratic presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren has a plan to stop the spread of the coronavirus in America, and it includes opening up America's borders and removing the one thing that could stop a potentially infected person from entering the country. During a CNN town hall on Thursday night, Warren desperately tried to keep her failing campaign afloat by saying she will introduce new legislation that would divert funds from President Donald Trump's border wall towards fighting the coronavirus. CNN host, oh, this is a real beauty. And he's married, of course. He claims white men are evil. Don Lemon triggered Warren's viral by asking, just tonight, President Trump detailed the administration's response to the spread of the coronavirus. And I want to tell you what it includes. It includes stopping non-U.S. citizens from coming to the U.S. from China, screening people from coming into the country from infected areas, quarantining those infected, and developing a vaccine. Do you think that response is sufficient, Senator? Warren answered, no, but let's start. This is really serious, and we have a lot to talk about here. We know that with any virus that develops, the most vulnerable will be our children, seniors, there's people with compromised immune systems or undergoing treatment. So this one is tough. So the way I think about this is, first, we think about calculation, our overall approach. I'm going to be introducing a bill tomorrow to take every dime that the president is now spending on his racist wall at our southern border and divert it to work on the coronavirus. Warren shared copies of the bill on Twitter earlier on Thursday morning. The coronavirus outbreak poses serious health, diplomatic, and economic threats to the United States, and we must be prepared to confront it head on, she said. Rather than use taxpayer dollars to pay for a monument to hate and division, my bill will help ensure that the federal government has the resources it needs to adequately respond to this emergency. Warren's proposal bill states, notwithstanding any other provision of law and unobligated federal funds appropriated or otherwise made available to plan, develop, or construct a physical barrier along the international border between the United States and Mexico shall be immediately transferred to the Department of Health and Human Services and to the United States Agency for International Development for the express purpose of combating coronavirus disease, COVID-19. In total, Trump has secured over $3 billion to build the border wall. He has received the funds by declaring a national emergency through congressional channels and other means to transfer roughly $7 billion more to find the wall. Amazing that Democrats' plan to keep Americans safe is to harm our national security and defund the border wall, the one thing playing a crucial role in preventing countless unidentified people from crossing into our country. Wow. Just wow. To see what Pocahontas has in mind is really ridiculous. But the next news topic, this is going to be a good one. House Dems block resolution condemning Bernie's praise of Castro. Democrats are continuing their nuclear meltdown following the obliteration of their impeachment hoax and are no longer even bothering to hide their extremism. Now that their 2020 frontrunner is a naked communist who praises Cuban dictator Fidel Castro, the Dems are circling the wagons around Bernie Sanders rather than to condemn his embrace of one of history's most oppressive tyrants. After Sanders went on CBS flagship 60 Minutes on Sunday and defended the literacy rate under Castro, he caught a smattering of criticism from his fellow crazies during the latest debate, but make no mistake, his party is right there with him, even if they aren't as vocal. And yet, another revelation of who they truly are, House Democrats unanimously defeated a resolution condemning Comrade Bernie's remarks, 224-189, with another 16 being too ashamed to bother showing up for the vote. House Democrats shut down a resolution condemning Cuban dictator Fidel Castro's communist regime and Vermont Senator Bernie Sanders' comments defending the late leader's literacy program. The House blocked the resolution introduced by Florida Rep. Mario Diaz-Balart along party lines, with 189 Republican and independent members of the chamber voting in favor and 224 Democrats voting against. However, 16 members, including Democratic reps Donna Shalala and Debbie Mucaraso-Powell, were not present during the vote. In an email from House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy's office, he blasted his absent colleagues, writing, Rep. Shalala and Rep. Mucaraso-Powell's constituents deserve to know why the representatives they sent to Washington did not even bother to vote on an important resolution to condemn Senator Sanders' comments and the Castro regime. The California Republican continued in a statement to the Washington Examiner, America is the beacon of freedom for the entire world, a shining light on the hill. That's why it's so embarrassing that Democrats now embrace socialism and its disastrous consequences. Democrats should have taken the opportunity today to stand for freedom, but instead they shamefully decided to stand by Bernie's reckless praise of Fidel Castro's Cuba. Sanders has also expressed admiration for other communists and socialists, including Venezuela's Nicolas Maduro, who, in a show of how far that he's willing to go to preserve his power, sent death squads out to murder descendants. In addition, Bernie has come under renewed scrutiny for his past glowing remarks about the Soviet Union and back when it was still what Ronald Reagan deemed the evil empire. Sanders engaged in vodka-sodden singing of communist songs while visiting for his honeymoon. Wow, proves how much Bernie's getting more crazier by the day, sounds like. Bernie is a man whose time has finally come thanks to the dismissal decline of the public education system and Marderic's teachers who have feasted on a clueless generation of younger Americans who are not alive to witness the horrors of communism. While Sanders has never been shy about his anti-American views, as well as his desire to see a socialist revolution in America, most of the other Democrats had downplayed their own fondness for the methods of Lenin, Stalin, Mayo, and Castro. In normal times, to express such viewpoints would have been political suicide, but sadly, now they are mainstream in a party that has come to despise the country in which it exists. God help us all if they are able to gain total power. Wow. And to see what happened at the debate with Bernie Sanders, and it was just a crap show. But to see Sanders continue to fight for his socialism regime, you know, he's proven that he is willing to do whatever it takes. And he said, we the people need to stop Trump, which means he is calling for a revolution. He is trying to do whatever it takes to get into power, to destabilize the country, so he can initiate, him and the New World Order can initiate their regime into power. Next news topic will be Nadler cancels key hearing on FISA reform. Oh, this is a big one. So, Republicans and Democrats were expected to pass legislation to reform the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act on Wednesday, but a frightening insight of the Democrat Party has led to House Judiciary Chairman Jerry Nadler delaying the key hearing. 3 critical tools used by the FBI and NSA in the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act are set to expire March 15th, which would significantly disrupt surveillance operations with the 2 agencies if Congress doesn't act before the deadline. Adam Schiff and Jerry Nadler have reportedly been working to introduce reform to the legislation for months with the help of their committees. Both parties have argued that Nadler's proposed changes to the FISA do not go far enough in response to the FBI's alleged FISA abuse and the counterintelligence investigation into President Trump. The IG report highlighted 17 significant inaccuracies and omissions in their warrants obtained against Trump campaign staffer Carter Page last year. Mr. Nadler's proposal would have eliminated a program aimed at stopping suspected terrorists, but also collects data including call dates and times of Americans with whom they are in contact. The rest of the bill was largely smaller changes that match recommendations detailed in the Inspector General's report, including giving FISA judges more freedom to have warrant applications reviewed by the outside expires and require the FBI to catalytically correct errors. Republican Jim Jordan and Democrat Zoe Lofgren have both been fighting for changes in the legislation that would more broadly limit the government's powers. With Lofgren ready to introduce 5 amendments to the bill, some Democrats now believe Lofgren's amendments will sidetrack from Nadler's proposal. However, most of the representatives are reportedly in agreement of the amendments. There is speculation in the Republican Party about the hearing being delayed because of the bipartisan support for these changes. Matt Gaetz told the Washington Times, "The reason we are not having the hearing today is that there was a consensus among the pipe-swinging progressives and the libertarian conservatives to rule the establishment of both parties. We would have had the votes today, which is why the markup is canceled." Republican Representative Greg Steube Similarly explained, similarly, similarly explained. I think in, intern, internally the Democrats are having problems. Representative Doug Collins also spoke on the sudden cancellation, suggesting it has endangered America's national security. Critical counterterrorism provisions are hanging in the balance because Democrats choose to delay an already ill-timed markup. The Democrats' bill does not address the serious issues in our FISA system. I'm not at all surprised that all Republicans and apparently even some Democrats agree, he added. What are your thoughts on the news? Let us know. Whatever. All right, folks. Another one. Biden admits he lied after claiming he was arrested. Oh, that's something new. During an interview on CNN on Friday morning, I have Alzheimer's, I don't know what state I'm in, Joe Biden, well, former Vice President, creepy Joe Biden, admitted that he lied multiple times when he claimed that he was arrested in South Africa for trying to get a meeting with Nelson Mandela, who was in prison at the time. Biden has claimed on the campaign trail in recent weeks that he was arrested in the 1970s while trying to visit Mandela, the former president of South Africa. The Daily Wire reports his campaign clarified the false claim February 25th, saying that the former vice president was referring to being separated from a congressional delegation. While speaking on New Day with Allison Camerata and John Berman, Biden admitted that it was all a lie. I wasn't arrested. I was stopped, Biden said. When I said I was arrested, I was not able to. I was not able to move. Cops would not let me go with them, the Congressional Black Caucus. Biden continued. Biden said that the incident happened while with a black delegation and that he was sent in the direction of a white-only door, which he refused to go through. Biden said that he was kept he was kept until it was clear he would not be moving, at which point he was taken through a baggage claim area up to a restaurant. And one of those reasons, long after this, when Nelson Mandela was freed and came to the United States, he came in my office. He was one of the most incredible men I met. He thanked me for trying to all the work I did on apartheid. So that's the context of it, Biden said. Previously, Biden had repeatedly claimed that he was arrested with our UN ambassador on the streets of Soweto, trying to get to see him on Robben Island. Media outlets, including the fake New York Times, were unable to find any proof of this, and the arrest was never mentioned in Biden's 2007 memoir. The UN ambassador at the time, Andrew Young, also said he was never detained by authorities with the former vice president. No, I was never arrested, and I don't think he was either, Young previously told the fake New York Times. Now, people were being arrested in Washington. I don't think there was ever a situation where congressmen were arrested in South Africa. Earlier in the month, during a party in South Carolina, Biden boasted about being arrested. I had the great honor of being arrested with our UN ambassador on the streets of Soweto, trying to get to see Mandela on Robben Island, he said. The claim was repeated once again while telling a story about how he was trying to get Jill Biden to marry him at an event in Nevada on February 16th. Biden said that Mandela tried visiting him in Washington. He threw his arms around and said, "I want to say thank you," I said. "What are you thanking me for, Mr. President?" he said. "You tried to see me. You got arrested trying to see me," Biden claimed. What? Wow. So, folks, more things are coming up about him, just like everything that's coming out with Bloomberg, which we've been seeing, of course. Bloomberg, once again, like a porno, getting passed around in a frat house. The Democrats attacked him. So, with all these allegations from the women that he's called fat lesbian pigs and whatever else, telling a woman that she needs to kill her baby. It's just, wow, these are just some sick candidates. But, folk, we're going to go to commercial, and then after that, I'm planning on bringing on my guest. His name is Sid Helms. He is he's a Marine vet, and can't wait to have him on. So it's commercial time.
Well, I have a question for you. I really want to give you this good one, okay? Why in the hell would people actually vote for Bernie Sanders, Mr. Communist himself? But that's okay. I'm going to let it roll today. I mean, I can't understand it. Do you understand it?
But, you know, Sanders is good at one thing. Him and his party are good at manipulating and bullshitting the American people.
All right. Well, let's just go to break. I'm gonna hold my mouth until it's over. All right. We're on the Global Enlightenment Radio Network. We're talking a few minutes.
Why's the basketball court all wet? Because the players kept dribbling on it.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off for school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad jokes rule. Make your kid laugh today. Go to fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
I dare you. I dare you to change the world. Dare you getting that college education?
I dare you to be somebody important.
Like be a teacher or a reality TV star.
I dare you to stand up here.
To call the shots.
To be a role model.
An inspiration.
An innovator.
To be a teacher.
Be my teacher.
Think you can change my life?
Make me excited about science like you.
Have a career that really means something?
Then do it.
I dare you. I dare you. I dare you.
I'm waiting.
Lexi? Call Ashley.
Yeah, it's about time you called that girl. No, he just talked to that girl 2 hours ago. You gotta let love marinate. Put love in that bag. Marinate. Love gonna be in that bag like, I can't wait to talk to him tomorrow. What? And then after it marinates, you're gonna pull it out. JB, who's Alexa? Say it, JB. You Alexa. That's right, I'm Alexa.
Thanks, guys, but I'll take it from here.
180 over 111, and I had a stroke.
145 over 92, and then I had a heart attack.
150 over 90, and I had a stroke.
This is what high blood pressure sounds like. You might not feel its symptoms, but the results from a heart attack or stroke are far from silent. Get back on your treatment plan or talk with your doctor to create a plan that works for you. Go to loweryourhbp.org.
Everything's changed.
Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Medical Association, and the Ad Council.
Austin, it's 60 degrees. Alexa?
Amazon's Alexa lost her voice this morning.
Alexa lost her voice.
Yes, she lost her voice. And welcome back, everyone. Boys, Thomas really kicking us off good today. In a few minutes, Thomas will be returning, and he will have his guest on the line. And we just want you to know that you're listening to the Global Enlightenment Radio Network. And I, Odin, am watching over everyone. Especially Bernie Sanders. Yeah, I got to watch him. I might have to send out some scouts to, take a look and see what he's got up his sleeve. Well, he's a socialist, communist bastard, so why should I worry? Oh, and for Miss Roseanne Barr, anytime, any day, any radio network, me and you can have our little discussion. We had ours already once before. Also, I would like to say thank you to the great Ben Shapiro, and I know you're listening, and I want everybody to make sure they tune into his show. Also to Mr. Gary Legier, the Mad Martian. I want you to know we'll be watching your show tomorrow night, boy. I'm telling you, Thomas A.J. Fry, we got you in our prayers, man. We don't know if you're well yet, but you know how that is. We're looking for you to come back stronger than ever. And, Thomas, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right. It's guest time, Thomas. Are you about ready?
Yes, sir. I'm ready to introduce my guest.
Oh, suiting up. Here it comes.
Introduce my guest, Sid Holmes. He was in the Marines in 1975, came out and spent 15 years as a commercial driver. He was also a welder, a millwright, and a blacksmith. He's also an executive commander of the Freedom Patriot Defenders.
208
So, glad to have him on.
546. To leave a voice message, press 1 or wait for the beep. Please record your message after.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to call him again, Thomas. Sorry for that. I just called him a few seconds ago. We get one more shot. After this, it's us. One more shot for him.
You have reached the message box.
Should I try it again, Thomas?
I believe you should.
All right.
We'll give him one more time, and if he doesn't answer, then it's just us.
All right, because I know somebody else is itching in the background waiting to hop on. I mean, he ain't scared.
reached the message box of 15.
Well,
Yeah, let's get the other guest on. I know you said he's been itching, so let's bring him in.
I feel kind of weird, man. You know, it's kind of hurtful that, what was he, a Marine?
Yes.
A Marine ain't on duty? I'm Navy. I'm always on duty. Has anybody ever seen me miss anything? And if I miss, which is very rare, I gotta back up. I'm gonna give them one last chance, just for the shits and giggles of it all. And then I got a special weaponeer that I can call out personally. One more chance, Thomas. Just one more. Just give him one more chance. I'm gonna see if this. Come on, Marine.
You have reached the message box of 157328084.
I don't want to have to put it out there like that. All right. Guess what? Thomas?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, guess what? We getting ready to get mad. We getting ready to get mad. Are you gonna get mad with me, Thomas? Are you scared of getting mad is the question.
A little bit. I just got a message from him. A little bit.
Hello? Is there a Mad Martian available?
Why do I keep hearing the fucking ring?
I don't know. Well, let me get right back. Hold on.
If you're calling someone, it's coming across the sound.
No, it's that dumb Skype. There a Mad Martian available? I'm calling the Mad Martian right back. I want it clear for his ass. Because I know he got something to say.
On?
Well, let me hit you right back. I'm doing it one more again. Calling the Mad Martian right back. I want it clear for his ass. Because I know he got something to say. Well, let me hit you right back. It ain't me.
Let's go on break. We'll take
Somehow
it so you guys
somehow the sound across. This ain't, I don't know what.
I'm doing it one more again. Calling the Mad Martian right back. I want it clear for his. All right. That was weird. That was completely weird. Did you catch that?
Yes.
That was weird. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have some fun. I'm going to change these settings. And I'm going to do it while I'm on air because you know something? We're on real radio. We don't fake it. We don't fake it to make it.
Don't.
All right. Let's try it again. And we're going to make sure, like I said, I got somebody mad that can do the job. That really will do the job. I mean, don't take no 30 seconds, 30 minutes. Let's see if it works.
Here we go again.
Mars is it clear? Let's try again.
Nope. Sounds across.
Like I said, I got somebody mad that can do the job.
Sounds across.
That really will. Weird. Now that is weird. That is completely weird. Ain't that weird?
Yes,
they don't want to talk about this, do they? Wow. That's scary, man. I know what I'm going to do. I know exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to try something else. Don't worry. We still going to have our party. Because I had to find somebody that's mad enough to come on air to talk about this true stuff. Because I know that Bernie got under his nerve. All right, we're going to try it one more time. one more time.
Hello.
Are we clear?
I'm guessing so.
Finally. I had to figure that one out. Man.
Yeah, somehow the sounds are crossed. I just talked to Sid a little while ago. What the hell's up?
I called him like 30 minutes before. I don't know why. The Marine didn't show up.
I just got a message from him around 9:13, and he said 3 years Marines, 2 years FPD, and that was at 9:13 our time.
And where is he? Why didn't he pick up the phone?
That's.
I called
messaging him
3 times. Even did a 4th.
All right, Tommy and Daryl, talk about the news a little bit. Everyone, this is a new show. All right, there's a lot of quirks, things are going on. I'm going to try and get this guy on the fucking phone.
Oh, I just love the way you said it, Mad Martian. Don't go mad on us, okay?
Well, it's a little bit of bull crap, man. But it is what it is. Maybe the guy had to go take a Hoagland real quick. All right, so we'll talk to Daryl about some of the news. I missed most of that anyway. So just reflect. Apologies to everybody, but this work's getting worked out. So he's got to expect that time to time better now than later. All right, you talk about the reminiscent of the news. What did you find interesting about it, Odin? And Tommy, what did you find interesting about your favorite ones there that you were focusing on? And in the meantime, I'll let you know back.
And go take a Hoagland. Y'all know what that means, right? Well, Tommy, let me tell you a little something about the news tonight, brother. Let me tell you a little something. Man, I was hot during that article you read about Bernie. I am a communist, socialist, freakazoid, Papa Smurf, baby snatching, family destroying, knock down the walls with Miss Pocahontas.
Pocahontas.
Yeah, I'm getting now. Why haven't they brought Miss Omar up in there yet? Or
gotta
is she
wonder.
too weak?
Huh?
Because Omar, she's already been charged with, stealing scholarship
Sleeping
money.
with her brother just to get citizenship in the United States. Not only that, she's also a Somalian terrorist who also is funding the radical Islamic Brotherhood and the terror camps all across the United States. And yet she got elected to be a congresswoman?
Hey, she's
What
a
does that tell you?
Democrat. She's a Democrat, man. What does it look
What
like?
they're trying to do.
In the words of Ben Shapiro, in which I mean, a man I truly admire. In the words of another great man, I will have to say, the Democrats are all screwed up, man. They got their heads on ass wiped backwards. I mean, sorry to say this, from California all the way to the D.C. border. And even in D.C., hell, D.C. 2 days ago had 10 shootings, 3 deaths or 4 deaths. In the nation's capital. Hell, you got drug users shitting on the street, pissing in the damn middle of the street, walking barefoot and nude in the middle of the street, California, with needles sitting on the side of the road. And everything else falls in between. We got a growing crystal meth ideology going on in this country. Yeah, so war on drugs, how about war on crystal meth? And I'm very proud of our president. But when it comes to Bernie Sanders, he wants to tear down my wall. I'm an American. A wall means security. Hell, Israel has a wall. Why you want to tear down our wall? Why you want open borders? Especially now that we got that virus, that corona thingamajiggy, killing people throughout Asia, Europe, South America. Now, we got it in Richmond, Virginia. How close can you get to D.C.? And you want a Bernie Sanders? You people stupid. I'm sorry, man. People ignorant and dumb. They want a socialist. They want a communist. How about an American? You claim everything about Trump. I'm not a Trump fan. I'm an American. That makes a difference. Hell, I accepted your Obama. Or should I say old Bama? He can't dress for shit any damn way. With his big dick woman, I'm sorry, his wife, mister. No, you gonna try to say, oh, you talking about homosexuals and transgenders and all this shit. Well, fess up. Speak the truth. Tell the truth. Maybe something will come out of it. Let me know, because I saw a slung. I mean, get a little close, you might see a bulge. And you know Brock insane. Hold on. I got a question. Did he have a legal name change? Does anybody know? See, these are the questions the American public needs to think about. Did Barack Insane in the membrane get a sex change? Now, what's up? What's up? Sorry, I went 4 topics and I got lost there. What's up, bro? I can't hear you.
All right, Odin.
Yes.
All right. I just talked to him. He says it wasn't ringing on his side. Hold on a sec. Let me make sure you got the right thing.
I gotta make sure your son, I can hear him.
Where's he?
Unmute. You're muted.
Tommy.
Oh,
is he even on?
Did I say that out loud?
Muted.
There you go, Tommy.
There, I've been unmuted for a while.
What?
He's unmuted.
I've been unmuted for a while.
Oh.
Odin, man, maybe the wine thing is kicking in, bro. It's not helping. But anyway,
I haven't had that much yet.
All right, here, quick.
All right.
Don't let the sound be heard. That do.
I was doing it because I want to make sure he would answer, so he'll know.
You're off sync a little bit on my end.
Yeah, well, if you're listening to it, Tommy, through something else or a player, shut that off because there's a delay.
No, it's just the cell phone.
I'm confused now. All right, I'm calling it. That's the same number I just dialed.
All right, then call that. Do it on mute so the people don't hear it.
Can you hear me just fine?
Yes, I can hear you, Thomas.
All right.
Hello.
And he is here, finally.
What happened?
I don't know what happened.
It's probably the connection or something. Glad to have you on, and please go ahead and speak. And what are your thoughts about the coronavirus being weaponized to take down Trump?
Oh, I'm a firm believer that this was a man-made virus that they have put out into the world, not just the United States, but the world. And they started with the country with the largest population because they don't care how many people they kill. They don't care who they hurt. They want to take down Trump. Now our economy is booming. The Dow and stocks was making new records every day, day after day. It was week after week. You got another record was set. More trading that they did that nobody even could imagine. And suddenly they have this virus. Now this virus is just not
You still there?
What in the hell? Maybe they just don't want to hear him. I thought it was us. Tommy.
Seems like that they're trying to censor the truth, which they are known to do. Because they don't want the American people.
That's weird.
That is weird indeed. I think they're trying to censor the truth. They don't want the American people to know what's going on. So, you know, folks, this is what I mean. This is what the left and this is what the globalists want. They want to censor our voices. They want to do whatever it takes to keep you, the American people, in the dark. They don't want you to know anything. They want to continue feeding you their bullshit and continue to say that Trump's a bad man, that, oh, vaccines are good and all, and yet at the same time, when we try and speak, we're the Nazis, we're the terrorists, we're this, we're that. But now with this connection error, it's just really weird. Why don't they want him to say what he needs to say about this? Because this is serious.
I'm trying it again. That was weird. That I have never seen.
Hello?
Are you there, brother?
Hello?
Hello, yeah. I have never. What? Roger Stone was on, I gotta say, his show. Dr. J was live. I have not seen this in a long time where people just get shut off. That is weird. Let's go for it. Go for it.
All right, back to what you were saying about the coronavirus and how this is a man-made weapon and how they're trying to kill off thousands.
A long time where people just get shut off.
Hello?
That is weird. Let's go for it. Go for it.
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Back to what you were saying about the coronavirus.
Gary. What in the hell? Thomas.
I'm still here.
You're still here. Your caller went off.
Try calling him by cell phone if we have to.
I mean, I was just holding on. I heard you. All right, let's try it again.
Hello?
All right.
You're off sync again.
Go.
All right, Mr. Sid, Helm's glad to be back. It seems like there's been technical difficulties. You know, it seems like that the left does not want this to come out. And I wonder why. Why are they scared for the public to know the truth?
What in the hell? His call just dropped. Thomas? You know what I'm going to say?
We might need to go on a break.
Yeah, we're going to have to take a break. We'll be back in...
All right, let's go on break.
Yeah, let's go on break because this is ridiculous.
In Austin, it's 60 degrees with
What? Amazon's Alexa lost her voice this morning.
Alexa lost her voice? How is that even possible?
We have the replacements ready, just say the word.
Are you sure this is going to work?
Yeah.
Alexa, show me a recipe for a grilled cheese sandwich.
Pathetic. You're 32 years of age and you don't know how to make a grilled cheese sandwich. Its name is the recipe, you...
Like, how far is Mars?
How far is Mars? Well, how am I supposed to know? I've never been there. This guy want to go to Mars. What? There's not even oxygen there.
Alexa, set the mood.
Now setting the mood. You're in the bush.
And you're just so dirty and so sweaty because it's hot in that bush.
Alexa, reboot.
Alexa, play some country music.
I don't dance now, I make money move.
No, Alexa, country music.
I be in and out them bands so much I know they tired of me.
Alexa, call Brandon.
I'm afraid Brandon is a little tied up. But do let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Jessica? Good boy.
Thanks, guys, but I'll take it from here.
Patriotism. There's a word thrown around a lot. It inspires passionate debate. It's more like a badge of honor, and with good reason. Because it means love and devotion for one's country. Love. For a word designed to unite, it can also be pretty divisive. See, there's more to patriotism than flag-seeking onesies and rodeos and quadruple cheeseburgers. Patriotism is love for a country, not just pride in it. But what really makes up this country of ours? What is it we love? It's more than just a huge rock full of animals like cougars and eagles, right? It's the people. Do me a favor. Close your eyes for a second. I want to try something out. Picture the average U.S. citizen. Think about it. How old are they? What's their hair like? How much can they bench? You got one? Okay. So chances are, the person you're picturing right now looks a little different than the real average American. There are 319 million U.S. citizens. 51% are female. So first off, the average American is a woman. Cool, huh? Is that what you pictured? 54 million are Latino, 40 million senior citizens, 27 million are disabled, 18 million are Asian. That's more people in the U.S. that play football and baseball combined. 9 million are lesbian, gay, bi, transgender, more than the entire amount of people that live in the state of Virginia. Around 10 million are redhead, 5.1 million play ultimate frisbee, and 3.5 million are Muslim. Triple the number of people currently serving in the United States military. Almost half the country belongs to minority groups. People who are lesbian, African American, and bi, and transgender, and Native American, and proud of it. We know that labels don't devalue us, they help define us, keeping us dialed into our cultures and our beliefs and who we are as Americans. After all, what's more American than freedom to celebrate the things that make us, us? I mean, it's stitched into the stars and stripes of this country. From the Constitution to Gettysburg, to our motto, E pluribus unum, from many, one. It's even in our country's name, the United States. This year, patriotism shouldn't just be about pride of country. It should be about love. Love beyond age, disability, sexuality, race, religion, and any other labels. Because the second any of us judge people based on those labels, we're not really being patriotic, are we? So let's try this one more time. Close your eyes. Picture the average Joe or Joan or Juan or Jean-Luc. The real people who make America, America. This year, whenever you feel the urge to don those star-spangled shorts, set off fireworks the size of my biceps to show love for our country, remember that to love America is to love all Americans. Because love has no labels.
Hello?
And welcome to the show. Thomas?
I'm back.
Y'all
Sid,
back.
Hello?
are you there?
You're good.
All right, Sid. You were talking about the coronavirus and what they're
Hello?
trying to do to use this to attack Trump. Can you hear me? I can't even hear you on your end.
And it kicks again. I am just like too through with. I'm gonna do it again. Hold on. Watch this. Watch this. Watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna beat this thing. I'm routing it through two different numbers.
Hello?
Sid. Hello, Sid. Are you there? Hello.
I'm here.
Good. Hold on.
I'm here.
Talk. I routed
Hello?
three numbers.
All right. Glad to have you back, Sid. Sorry about the technical difficulties. It seems like Skype cut you off while you were in the middle talking about the coronavirus.
I don't know where we left off, but it is my belief that the coronavirus is a man-made virus that is being used to destroy the economy of practically the whole world. Started in China. They set it off so that it would destroy the Chinese economy and kill. We will never know the actual number of deaths that are related to the coronavirus. They're, from what I've seen, they're going through the streets and they're shooting people with the coronavirus to keep it from spreading. The coronavirus is a weaponized virus that they are using to attack America because of us not being able to receive the goods that China makes. It is killing both economies. It is hard to believe that people, evil people, would go this far, kill unknown how many people, destroy the economies of the world, and do it all just for power, for greed and power. Whatever Trump was voted in, they decided immediately, because they could not control President Trump. They couldn't buy him, and they didn't have anything on him to blackmail him with. So this is what they're going to use to get back at Trump and get him out of office. We were hitting record days with the Dow Jones stock market. Almost every day we had a huge new record for the amount of trading that was being done. Now we're in the thousands, we're negative thousands instead of positive thousands.
Wow.
Whenever they do this stuff, they have no regard for human life. Human life to them equals power. Whenever they can control that many people, when they can kill that many people to get what they want, who do you think is next? It's you and I. We cannot allow the New World Order, shadow government, to be instituted in our lives like this. It is you and I that are in control of what goes on. It's up to every individual person to pick up a rifle and stand the line. That is what it's going to take. We're going to have to put this to the people, allow the people to make the decision of what they want. That's where they've taken it out of our hands, and they don't care. They don't care that at this time they cannot control what is happening. So it's up to you and I, Tom.
Yup, it's time for real change, and to see what these Democrats have been doing ever since Trump got elected, ever since he became president. They've been doing nothing but starting fight after fight. They're trying to start a revolution. They're trying to do whatever it takes to destroy us from the inside, which Abraham Lincoln did warn us about. America will not be attacked from the outside, but she would be attacked from within.
That's how they think that we're going to lose. They think that they can do this to us. That's the reason we have the Second Amendment, is to defend this country against the politicians, against our own government.
And
we cannot stand to have this happen.
Exactly. And to see that these Democrats are going around trying to take away the guns, like in Virginia with Governor Northam, look how many patriots showed up. It was a
we were there. We
number.
Marched there. There was 20,000 people surrounding the Capitol in Virginia. I marched through the middle of Antifa. We marched through the middle of everyone, and it was nothing but positive people all around. You know what the most powerful thing I got out of the Virginia rally was? When we stood in front of the Capitol building in Virginia, and we said as one person, that we will not comply. We will not comply. It was the best thing I had heard in years and years.
Exactly, and to hear those words, yeah, we will not comply. We will not surrender our guns nor our Constitution to the globalists.
We can't allow it.
No, we can't.
We're on the verge of losing our country. We're on the verge of losing our country to Muslims and to the hierarchy and the shadow government in this world. They're talking that if civil war breaks out here, and which it could because of the coronavirus now, that they will bring in the UN. The UN has been training on American soil since the beginning of Obama. He allowed for them to come in and put stations in each one of our major cities in the United States. There's a contingency of UN troops already in America ready to be brought out and used against the American people because our local governments refuse to do that. They will not fire upon American citizens. They will not take their weapons away. It's up to the people.
It's up to
the people have to band together. The people have to band together. They have to decide: do we want to be a socialist country, or do we want to be a republic, which we've been for the last 200 years?
Exactly, and to see what is happening now, the Democrats don't even want that. They're supporting death of children. They're supporting taking away the guns, open borders. They want to continue to fill our streets with Muslims, illegals, those that are having dangerous diseases from the other side of the world, from biological warfare, just like the coronavirus and the other viruses that we have seen over the past years, like the Ebola. I believe that was man-made.
I think they all are. I mean, what they do when they get a new virus is that immediately they try to find a cure. But while they're finding a cure, they're experimenting with that to be able to use it on the populations of the whole world. And again, they don't care how many they kill.
No, because they're trying to fulfill Agenda 21.
It's just like Agenda 21. Population control. All UN is for that. That's the reason they kill babies all the time. Instead of they take babies and they cut them up in the womb and sell the body parts. How far down does a politician have to go, and how far down does a politician have to stoop than to sell baby parts?
Exactly.
Sell
How desperate are they?
Feedals. Yeah, my God, people, open your eyes. People are sheep right now, and they're being led to the slaughter. They got a Judas goat leading them down the path right to the slaughterhouse. We have people in this country that are allowing in the Muslims. They're allowing Muslims into our own government. If you can't swear an oath on the Bible, how can you be trusted to do anything for the American people?
That's right. How can they? Well, we got them going into hidden doors like Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, both sworn on the Quran. And to see that's very concerning. They're supposed to be sworn in with the Bible, not the Quran, especially Ilhan. She's able to wear that hijab.
Oh, yeah. They bend over backwards so that nobody is offended. They don't want to offend these people. You know what? These people have training camps, 26 training camps across the United States, and I believe it's just the tip of it. There's far more than 26. And they're training on American soil to kill Americans.
And when the
Rise
time
up,
comes,
America.
and I believe that the time is almost here. They're going to make their move. I think we are going to see a second 9/11, but this one is going to be far worse than the Twin Towers and the Pentagon and Benghazi. I think with this is going to be far worse. I think the death toll is going to be hella ridiculous.
Well, that's what we've got going on right now. We've got an attack that's quiet, and we've got an attack that nobody can prove who did it, whether it was our own government, was it a foreign government. This virus is designed so that it can be manipulated into whatever they want it to be. How deadly do they want it? Or they just want sick people that they're going to suddenly find a cure, and people are going to follow the leaders that found this cure because now they got them in their hand. They can mold them and shape them the way they want.
Exactly. And, with Pocahontas coming out and Sanders, they're all saying that they're going to do whatever it takes to stop the coronavirus. That, like Pocahontas, she wants to stop funding the wall. She's trying to take money away so then they could try and get the cure for the coronavirus. There is no cure. The only thing I'm seeing is that they're just wasting money just for their own pleasure and whatever else to continue to destroy America, to have the open borders, because that's their agenda. They want the illegals vote. Our vote don't matter because, honestly, we don't want them. We see their lies. We see the corruption. We see everything that they're doing, especially after the fake impeachment and then the witch hunt. It's freaking sick that these people are desperate and they're drunk for power.
It's all a power game, Tom. It's all a power game. And it's killing them that they're losing it. They're losing the power. People are waking up finally. The black America, God bless Trump, he has turned the unemployment rate for blacks, the small business for black women has been boosted so high, that's almost off the scale. The blacks in America they've been voting Democrat since slavery, and it's the Democrats that was holding people down and leading them in slavery. But they go ahead and they follow them anyway.
And those that are following the Democrats, it's ridiculous. It's like, they're saying that blacks aren't for Trump. It's all fake. It's all fake news and all. It's horrible. And if blacks are voting for Trump, they're not real blacks. They're more white. And it is just disgusting. Like these white folk that are saying, oh, you're a white male. Like on InfoWars with Owen Schroyer, when he confronted these folk and this white man wearing glasses, he was like, you're a white male. And it's like, well, so are you, sir. And then we have that black guy saying, oh, the good old white days are over with. Being, like what you said, they're being led to slaughter. They're being brainwashed with fake promises, fake hopes, like healthcare for all, the Green New Deal.
It's only going to cost us $26 trillion. Well, how are you going to fund that? Well, we'll have to raise the taxes on middle America and the poor people now who are living from paycheck to paycheck as it is. We're paying more for taxes than we've ever paid in the history of the United States. Back during World War I and World War II, you kept all your money. There was no taxes back then. We had railroads. We had highways going up. We had new dams being built for hydroelectric power, and we did this without any taxes. Now they stand there and they say, well, it's only $1 billion to do this. Only $1 billion. To say that the American people are going to fund projects to support the infrastructure of America, and they say $1 billion. I can't even think that many zeros, let alone think how much that is that can be used. It's crazy.
Oh yeah, it is. And to see on how Trump called out the bullshit, and when he did, these Democrats were like, oh, he can't do that. He can't be giving the American people tax cuts. He's a fascist. He's Adolf Hitler. Don't listen to him. This is what Hitler did in the past. Really, Trump ain't taking away the guns. He ain't going around telling people, well, if you don't like me, I'm going to beat you. Take a look at Antifa. Look, they believe in these fake promises and all. They're sitting in mom and dad's basement living off food stamps. They're not getting a job and all. Like us, we're having to bust our ass off because, look, rent is high. Like for a one-bedroom apartment, the one I'm living in, it's $950 a month, and it's ridiculous. For a one-bedroom apartment, I should be paying at least $550, not $950 to $1,000.
It's ridiculous. It's the same thing over and over and over again. It's control. When they control how much it costs for you to eat, how much it costs for you to be able to have a house, how much the gasoline prices fluctuates by the minute. They don't. How can they raise the price of gasoline, take it up 25 cents? And it's the same gas in the tank underneath the station that they paid a certain price for, but suddenly it goes up 25 cents because there's a storm down in the Gulf. Control. All they want to do is to control us.
Exactly, and they know that they can't, and that's why, with President Trump, the reason why Hillary did not win, because we the people got Trump, and the reason why they're pissed is because Trump is in the way from fulfilling their agenda. That's why they're trying to do everything they can to start a revolution, to call us the Nazis, the fascists, the terrorists. Like last year, the FBI labeled conspiracy theorists, aka us, as domestic terrorism. Why ain't Antifa being recognized as a domestic terror organization? Why ain't the Islamic Brotherhood being recognized? And yet, us, the American people, the patriots that are defending our homeland, are terrorists? This is just out of hand. It's ridiculous. and especially with the mainstream media continuing to show, oh, Antifa's the hero. Well, we got homeless veterans being beaten, innocent Americans being beaten on the streets by wearing a Trump hat. Shit, I was almost run over today by wearing this hat. And what does that tell you? These people are insane. They will stop at nothing. And how can they even call themselves an American if they are attacking us?
Oh, absolutely. It all goes back to the power struggle. New World Order is a group of elitist billionaires, multi-billionaires, and they can do things just like Michael Bloomberg is doing right now. He's trying to buy the election this year. He wants to become the president, and you're talking about a guy that's already spent over $500 million on ads against all the rest of the Democrats and against Trump. $500 million. Can you imagine? For $500 million, you could buy every homeless build all the homeless people in the United States with that much money. You could build them a house, and we would end homelessness in America. They throw this money around. That, like, it doesn't make it to them. It's nothing, because it's more than it's that struggle for power. It's all it is, Tom. A struggle for power.
Oh yeah, it is. And to see them this desperate, it's just wow. I cannot believe how desperate they are to try and remove a sitting president. How desperate they are that they're trying to take us down, because now that we're the terrorists to them. All right, if we're terrorists, you know, how are we terrorists? We're not out there beating, like I said earlier, we're not out there beating people with sticks, throwing piss bottles at other people. You know, they can like Sanders, they can like whoever the hell they want, but the moment they see us wearing Trump gear, the American flag, supporting our veterans, they're attacking us. And it's out of hand. It really is, and it is sad that a child has to witness this, especially with a 9-year-old boy just recently comes on stage in Denver, Colorado, up to Pete Buttigieg and says that he's gay, and how does he tell the world, or something like that. But to see a kid at the age of 9 saying he's gay, that's just complete brainwash. And that's another thing that they're trying to do. They're trying to bring pedophilia in.
Well, that's how Nancy Pelosi is controlling. I'm not going to say all, but most of the Democrats in Washington right now. That's how she's controlling them. They've all visited Epstein's happy houses. They are evil. Agenda 21, dark government, the UN. The UN wants nothing more than to take the guns away from Americans, because whenever they do, then they have complete control. When they take your guns away from you, you're no longer a citizen, you're a slave. That is the only thing holding them at bay, and it has been holding them at bay for the last 200 years, is that they know that us patriots, Tom, you and I, all the groups in America that want to stand up for your rights, your First Amendment right to be able to say whatever you want to be able to say, just because it hurts somebody's feelings, that's when you declare a domestic terrorist. Whenever you hurt somebody's feelings, they don't want you to say the Pledge of Allegiance because it hurts somebody's feelings. They don't want you to stand up and put your hand over your heart whenever they sing the national anthem. I'm just like the patriots of this country are not going to put up with it.
No,
we are not going to tolerate this kind of behavior.
The time is now, especially from now and to November 3rd, I think we're going to be seeing patches of civil war kicking off. Virginia, I'm already seeing that happening now. Virginia is going to be the first state to enter this fight.
Well, it happened once, and when it happens again, the people of America are going to rise up. There's going to be a rifle barrel sticking out of every home in America. Because these people don't realize what's going to happen when they take our first, well, they practically take our First Amendment right away from us already. You can't say something and not be monitored, not be, if I say Muslim on Facebook, I got 3 people standing there with their finger on a button getting ready to put me in Facebook jail again. 2 years ago, I spent 350 days in Facebook jail because my opinion about Muslims. Every time I said Muslim, they put me in jail.
Oh, yeah, they've been doing it to me, too. You know, it seems like that we don't have a voice on the social media platform, and they're trying to take it away. We're seeing Christian pages being taken off. We're seeing anti-vaccination pages. We're seeing patriot groups. We're seeing a lot getting removed. But yet it's okay for Antifa and all the other movements to have their groups and everything else on Facebook, but we can't because we're labeled the enemy. We're giving out misinformation. We're misleading the American people. We're not misleading. We're doing the job that these mother effers should have been doing, like CNN, MSNBC, the entire mainstream media platform should have been giving out the truth. But no, they have edited out everything out of their nightly news, like what Trump stated. They're editing out everything. They're silent about the things that are happening, a lot of good. Because under President Trump, we got a good economy. We got a lot of jobs. We got everything. This man stuck to his word.
He's built an infrastructure. He's built our armies and Navy, Marines. He's built our oh Jesus, I lost my mind. He's built our government like nobody's ever seen.
He wants the government to run by the people.
He's taking what happened in the last 50 years and he's turned it around, and they hate it because they don't have power no more.
Nope. He's given us the power, which it belongs. We the people are the masters of this country. We're the rightful owners of the Constitution. We have the right to protect and defend it and our homeland, while the Democrats are like, oh, no, they can't do that. It's illegal. They have no rights. We have to take it away. And it's like, why? Why don't you want us to have power? Because we know, because they know we can overthrow them to rebuild and form a new government, but this time by us. We pick who we want, and that's what they don't want. That's why they're trying to take out Trump. They're trying to take us out, especially with Agenda 21 coming into play, and come November 3rd, something big is going to happen between now and then. We're going to be seeing something major happening.
2016 was a big election. 2020 is going to be even more. 2020, everyone needs to get out and vote.
That's right.
It's your God-given right. That is the way we change what's going on. Trump couldn't be bought. Trump didn't have anything on him. Hillary Clinton was not even touched with all the criminal activity that her and her organizations have done. They stole money from Haiti whenever the hurricanes down there. They stole millions and millions of dollars. They sold our uranium to Russia. They talk about Russia collusion. Hillary Clinton and Obama sent a third of our uranium over to a country that we're guarding against to keep them from building more nuclear weapons, and they gave it to them practically. Well, I don't know how many millions of dollars was put right into Obama and Clinton's accounts. Just like the $150 billion that they gave Iraq, a country that is leading country for terrorist activity in the world.
Indeed, and look at the pallets of cash to Iran.
Airplane full. An airplane full.
Yep.
How much of that money do you think actually went to Obama? He's sitting on a guarded, fenced-in area right in Washington, not 5 miles from the Capitol, and he is controlling the funds to keep people actively going against the American Constitution. He's paying people to march. He's paying people to block roadways. This has to stop.
And
there are grassroots. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead.
There are grassroots 3% groups. A 3%er, I think everybody that's probably listening already knows, is a individual that puts his life on the line. Most of those that's in these groups have sworn an oath to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. We have stood the line and picked up a rifle and guarded this country in the past, and we've got to do it again.
And this time,
we've got to pull together.
We need an uprising.
I see that is the only thing that's going to make them stand up and take notice. When we put our foot down and we say no more.
Indeed, and I do agree, because right now we need to have every single patriot movement come together. We have to stand united and show these Democrats and the globalists, you're not taking our country. We will defend her. We outnumber them 3-1. The only way they can beat us is using the Chi-Coms. They're using whatever viruses, whatever bioweapons they can to take us out. Whatever they got in their playbook, because one, they got nothing else. They got no more criminal investigations. They got nothing. The only way they could take us out now is by starting a fight.
That's it. That's it. The line has been drawn in the sand. Anybody that's listening that does not belong to a 3% group, we are not domestic terrorists. We train, we've got military people in each one of our organizations. We're trained as military people to have only one thing in mind and only one goal, and that is to defend this country. We've got to take it back from the politicians. But the politicians has given America away. But the politicians don't care about the constituents that they represent. The people sign petitions and send them up, and they still don't do the will of the people.
Nope. The only thing
we got to have that.
Exactly. We got to have politicians that are going to be doing our bidding, that are willing to say, well, we want to do what the people want, not where, oh, we're going to do this, we're going to do what's best for them, here's our ideas and all. We don't care for their ideas. They need to hear our ideas. Our ideas are better. No, it's not. Their ideas for the last, what you said, 50 years have proven to be nothing but nonsense. corrupt, deception, lies, everything. Like the Bidens. Look at Hunter. He got 1.5 billion from China. And then the Ukraine. This man, he sucked. He was thrown out of the Navy. And to see him become, all of a sudden, he's good with business. He's good with all this other crap. You got to be kidding. Hunter Biden is nothing but a cheap, lousy, lazy bastard.
Well, that's how they all make money. That is the reason they're all millionaires. Is because they cheat, lie, and steal.
Exactly.
Biden sits up there and says, I'm the best qualified person for the presidency. He is a molester. He fondles every child that he puts his hands on.
Oh, yeah, I know that.
He assaults women on a daily basis.
And not only that, the guy has Alzheimer's. He can't even remember what state he's in half the time.
Oh, he's just retarded, man. He's just, oh my God. To think that people who would even vote for him would be like voting for Hillary Clinton.
Oh yeah.
Well, and she's got something on everybody. Oh my gosh. And if you start to say something about her, you end up shooting yourself in the back of the head 3 times and being called a suicide.
Oh yeah, because the Clintons are good at murdering people. They're good at silencing voices. Look at Jeffrey Epstein. What happened to him?
Oh, she couldn't let him talk. She couldn't let him make a deal with the prosecuting attorney. Because
now Harvey Weinstein is just like all of a sudden?
Right. Do you know what she said whenever President Trump was elected? Better get that bastard out of office because all of our heads will swing if he's elected.
Yup, she knows. She's scared. And hopefully Trump puts her in prison because now would be the rightful time. And then after that, I think he needs to give us, the American people, what we need by hanging her. She needs to, and I'm sorry that I'm saying this on live, but she needs to be hung for the crimes that she have committed. How many people, soldiers, FBI agents, a U.S. ambassador? This woman is a sick, twisted psychopath.
I bet they got 200 people on their murder list that has been killed because they had something on them, and whenever they went out to say something, they killed them.
Like, for instance, Chester Bennington. Look, the lead singer of Linkin Park, he was investigating child sex trafficking, and he connected it to the Clintons. What happened to him? Apparent suicide from one of those workout stretchy bands. How the hell can you kill yourself with one of those?
Well, he knew Clintons.
Exactly.
These people are so important in their own mind. They think that they can get away with anything. They can do whatever they want, and there's no repercussions to it.
So, knowing that Hillary Clinton destroyed her emails, bleach bit her phones, laptops, everything, what if President Donald Trump did that? Where would he be right now? I know he wouldn't be president if he did all that crap. He would be in jail.
Oh, yeah. Well, even you or I, we would be in jail for just thinking about doing something like that.
Exactly.
You know what? It's treason against the United States. And the prescribed method of punishment for treason is hanging by the neck until dead. But you can't say that on Facebook because you're talking about hate speech. But they can post pictures of Muslims marrying 9-year-old children and
beheading Christians, setting them on fire.
Oh my gosh.
And yet,
the attacks is going on right now in some of the African nations. Muslims killing Christians, children, men, women, anybody. It doesn't make any difference.
It's just, it proves, and what Obama supported, Hillary supported, and if Sanders were to be elected, we already know where America would be. Actually, if Hillary was president right now, I doubt we would be here in 2020. America would have collapsed under her.
Oh, it would have, definitely. The things that they wanted to do is just against every politician swears to uphold the Constitution of the United States. And when you go to take weapons away, you make a vote to take weapons away, you should lose your right to be governing. You should be out of office. When you go against the Constitution of the United States, the highest form of law in the whole of America. It's the map guiding people on what to do in America. We need to stand up. We got to stand up.
It's time that we stand up. We gather together, we stand united, and we remove these governors, which the Constitution tells us we have the right to remove a tyrannical government. That means we have the right to storm into these Capitol buildings, to these Democrats, force them out of office, even if we have to use our guns. We have to remove them forcefully now, because we're already seeing them get rid of the Electoral College. They're using the popular vote to try and stop Trump, to try and stop our voice. That crap cannot happen now, especially coming to November 3rd. We got to be able to show them you don't fear us, and they won't, and never will.
Well, you know where all the money came from to prosecute Trump? They took it out of our Social Security. They took hundreds of millions of dollars out of Social Security to do nothing but to investigate a legal sitting president that has committed no crimes.
They spied on him. They wiretapped the White House, I heard.
Yeah, the President of the United States is the highest form of law enforcement officer in the United States. He's in charge of all of our services. He's in charge of he's charged with keeping America safe. So whenever he asks a foreign government president to investigate a criminal that's been doing crimes on both American soil and foreign soil, there's oh my God.
Sorry, go for it.
We pay every politician's check. And they vote for things, they vote for things that are good only for them. They vote themselves pay wages and say that they can't live on $174,000 a year. I mean, Tom, when was the last time you made $174,000?
Sure, not in my lifetime, to be honest, but, I wish.
They say that with the perks that they get because of their status, that they can't live on that kind of money. They use government transportation. We pay for that.
Yep, we pay for everything.
They have a health system that we could never even touch or think about being able to pay for something as good as what they get. They get this for the rest of their lives. once they're out of office, once you're out of office, that should be the end of it. You should go back to making a wage and working someplace instead of being babied and cared for the rest of your life just because you was able to go and make laws to benefit people. There's no rhyme or reason to it, brother. We the people. We the people.
We the people.
Go ahead.
We have to stand up now.
Join your 3%er groups. Join your gun clubs that's near you. Learn to shoot. Learn to be able to take care of your family. Learn to hunt in order to bring in food for your family. You cannot do this without a weapon. You can't do it. They don't want you to be able to defend yourself in gun-free zones. They make those so that you are a target because they don't care about you and I.
No, they don't, and it's sick.
Well, if you have a 3%er group close to you, I implore you, call them, visit with a friend. We've got to unite together. United we stand strong, divided we fall. If we don't band together to fight this tyrannical government, and it's not Trump, I'm talking about everybody that's under him. I'm talking the next time they say we're bringing this against Trump now, when they have no legal reason to do it. When they lie, they cheat, and they steal to try to get in a president into office, that's when we say stop. That's when we say no more. That's when we say we will take up the rifle. We will stand the line. We will go against anyone that's against the Constitution of the United States. And I don't care who you are. People.
So, but the time is now. We got to get out there.
I try to make it a point to talk to 2 people every single day about joining a militia, becoming a 3%er, becoming a person that cares about their country, their Constitution, their families. They have to stand up and say no more. So I say, I see a guy with a gun shirt on. I go over and ask him, "Hey, you're a shooter." "Yes, I am." "You know what? You need to join our group. We're going to stand in line and not allow our government to take our rights away from us." I see a guy that has a military shirt on. I talk to them. Have you thought about joining a militia? Have you thought about being a 3%er? We have got to build up our ranks. We have to petition our governments. Everybody out there should be working on your local government, your county government, and have them become a Second Amendment sanctuary. Just like Richmond, Virginia did. You join together, and they're not going to take your rights away if you show them that they can't. And that's what it takes.
Yup. And just out here in Colorado, we got Second Amendment sanctuary cities everywhere because we got the governor who thinks that he can just initiate red flag laws. And to see that crap, it's tyranny.
Well, that is against the Constitution. That does away with your right to see your accuser and to know what's going on. They take due process completely out by coming in and just snatching your weapons. And anybody can say, I got an old girlfriend that I absolutely hate, so I'm going to send him over there because she's got a gun. And then you have to fight and prove that you're innocent, which is wrong. You're innocent until proven guilty. But due process goes out the wall whenever they make these laws. And it goes against the Constitution of the United States.
Oh, yeah.
And it's up to you and me, Tom. It's up to you and me. We recruit. We train. We do everything we are supposed to be doing as law-abiding Christian citizens. Stand up for America. Stand up for the Constitution. Stand up for the Bill of Rights. Take away them being able to give illegals and Muslims, just giving away our country to them. I think Nevada is issuing driver's license to illegals that have no form of ID. You can't go in and get a driver's license without showing them your birth certificate. I think a piece of mail that shows where you live, and they even want your probably either an ID card or a passport. They're giving them, and if they stop people on the road that doesn't have a driver's license that's an illegal, they can't arrest them because they've made a stupid law that says that you must bend over backwards for somebody that's not even American.
And that's just fucking horrible.
The American citizen is a second-class citizen. He's a slave because they can allow these illegals to come into our country. They beat our the economy. They take advantage of food programs, of school programs that could be training and feeding American citizens, but they're using those services to bring foreigners into our country and give them whatever they want. Because if you give them what they want, they'll vote the way you want them to.
Yep, and it's just horrible.
Well, it goes back to what do you do? If you don't do anything, it's the worst thing that you can do. If you don't stand up and say, we're not going to tolerate this. We have to do it first by voting American citizens into government. And term limits on everybody. Just like they did on the president, because they're afraid he's going to have too much power. Look at Chuck Schumer. Look at Nancy Pelosi. Look at these people who have been in there for 30 years. Multi-millionaires on a federal paycheck are multi-millionaires. And they don't want to make any laws against these people because that's how they're making money. That's how they get their kickbacks. That's how they do their normal daily business. By letting these people into our country,
sorry, didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead, Tom.
Oh, I said sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt. I was.
Well, as again, and it's the same thing I'll say until we're finished talking. We, the people, have to stand up against this. We, the people, are the only ones that can change the way that this government does business. And it's by voting in law-abiding American citizens. Not people that are the Quran is the Bible of the Muslim people. The Quran says in it, I think 23 or 27 times, to kill infidels. If you are an infidel, which means a non-believer, well, they got two choices. Either they can convert you into Islam, or they kill you. That's the only two ways to go. They are...
And it's just...
They're from birth, they're trained to kill. You know what? We're teaching our kids in their schools that you've got to be tolerant. You've got to like these people. You've got to bend over and tell them, here it is, kiss my butt. It's okay. Our enemy is training their kids to kill our kids. And they're doing it on American soil right now. 26 training camps. I just found out we've got a training camp. We've got Muslims that are causing all kinds of trash down here in Missouri. And I found out they're less than 30 miles from my house.
Wow.
I drove when I was down in Texas working at an oil refinery, and I drove by one of the largest mosques in the United States down there.
Oh, shit.
In each one of these mosques, they are training people to kill Americans. They're quoting out of their Bible that do not make friends with infidels. It is your job to kill them. And these women that are trying to get Muslims in the country, if they had control in America, the same people that are trying to get them in here would be their slaves, be a sex slave. Because women are nothing to them. They make out like it's okay, we want to be in your country. Until they get in here and they start instituting Sharia law. Once they start instituting Sharia law, these women have to wear a burqa. They cover their faces. They're not allowed to speak to other men. They are only allowed to speak to their master. And they're sheep. It goes back to sheep. They don't open their eyes up. They keep munching along until they run right into the slaughterhouse. I've heard from, I've heard from 3 or 4 pastors and 100 people about how they think that we're living in the end of times right now because of because all the things in the Bible are coming true.
Oh yeah, it is.
And
the Bible foretold everything.
Did you see the Dead Sea? The Dead Sea is so high in salinity that you float on the top of it. You don't float in it. You float on the top of it. And something that has never happened. The Dead Sea has come alive. It's sprouting all kinds of flowers. And And it's in the Bible that when this happens, it's the end of times. Whether people want to realize it or not, Christians are being terrorized, killed, burned, heads chopped off, limbs chopped off, and that is the end of the times. When the Christians are being it's been a long day, Tom. I'm having a hard time thinking. And my mind is going so many different ways. I really, really appreciate you allowing me to come on here and to air my views. Now, again, this is just the views of one person.
Yes, sir. And I'm glad to have you on.
It was awesome. We'll have to do this again.
Yes, sir. I really want you a part of this because, hey, this is a lot of serious information. And, you know, of course, the mainstream media, social media, they're going to do whatever it takes to silence our voice. But now we have a chance. I mean, we have a fighting chance to stop them.
Vote. Vote, vote, vote. Get out there and vote, people. Uphold the Constitution of the United States. Uphold your laws. Uphold your sheriffs. Uphold any of your elected officials. They are our first line defense and should be and should always be. And when that fails, pick up your rifle because you're going to have to stand in line in order to fulfill the obligation of protecting and defending this country against all enemies, both foreign and domestic. Thank you, Tom.
Well, sir, you have a wonderful night.
All right, brother. And anytime you want, you just call me back up, and we'll have another discussion about what's going on.
Yes, sir. You have a wonderful night.
You have a good night.
Thank you, and God bless you.
Love you, brother.
Love you too, brother.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, that was an incredible man. Thomas, you blew me away.
Hey, you know, I told you I was going to have a good guest, and you're damn right, because, you know, it's time that a lot of information comes out, and it's time for the truth to come out. It's time for the American people to wake up, smell the coffee, because we're about to enter something that we've never entered in history. And now, with that truth, things are about to get rocky, and things are about to get a lot better. So to all you patriots out there, I hope y'all enjoyed this man and understand what this man said, because smell coffee, this is all truth. We're about to enter something that we've never entered in history. And now, with that truth, things are about to get rocky, and things are about to get a lot better.
Hey, Thomas, you have a caller?
Get him on. Get him on.
Give me a minute. I gotta shut my sound off here. Can you hear me, Tommy?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
I want to make sure that I'm not coming across anything else. So give me a minute. I'll just shut that. Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right, yeah. Good show despite all the quirks and everything, but yeah, man. Sid Helms, he's definitely correct. And what's going on, and so are you. And that's why it's so important that not just you and him, but many else participate. Open up their ears, grow some nuts, open up their mouths, speak up. Don't be pacifists like they're trying to brainwash, like he said. They're coming here to kill us. They're coming over here to subdue us. They're coming over here to torture us. They're coming over here to destroy this nation by the commie American traitors who allowed them in for their globalist plan in order to destroy ourselves from within because they want the one world order. You cannot have a one world order, a one world government with a we the people. And that's the thing here. And no, there's no tolerance because they're not tolerant. They want you to submit. That's what they're really telling you. Tolerance means submission. To submit to them. No. Raise your hands. They take away your guns, pick up axes, make spears, confront them, hang them on pikes. That's what you must do. Do not be pussies. Do not be pacifists. Do not be tolerant. You hang them. You see them on the street. You look at them with disrespect. You look at them with mistrust. You look at them as if they are the scum of the earth, which they are. That unholy vermin, whether it's Islam, commies, anything that's being used to take down this nation. These so-called leaders in our government seats, yes, you can't pick up those arms and you go in there and you force them out. And then you shoot down and hang anyone on pikes that tries to stop you. Because that is our rights as we the people. That's the reality of it. And that's where we're going to go. And that's why they'll want to shut you up and shut us all up. And all of them are going to be paying. Why do you think Jussie Smollett did what he did? Because they were trying to put an action into play that would make lynching illegal. Like, where people are going to submit. Again, not be tolerant of, oh, let's make that illegal because they know what's coming for them. When all this D-class happens, what did Q say? It's not even going to be safe for these fucking people to walk down the street. Why do you think they want to enact these laws? They think they're above us. They think they're above the law. They think they are the law. And they're not. Anyone can and should and be encouraged to take them out. Yes. I am initiating and encouraging violence because that's what they're doing to us. Look, like you said yourself, Senator DeSalta, they're giving the driver's licenses to illegals. But yet I have friends, and many of us here Americans, real Americans, know of people who are in serious trouble and they cannot drive to work. But yet, and they get jailed for it. But yet, it's okay for these illegals to get it, and they're committing rapes. They're committing murders. They're committing crimes. All to vote for who? The people who are against us and who are against this nation, but who need to be hung on pikes. They need to be lynched. That's why Smollett did what he did, because it was the Obamas behind it. They had their team players behind it. Storm onto Obama's grounds. We know where that money came from. Burn his house down. You want a cliche? And it ain't racist. He's got trees in his fucking yard. Bring a noose. And you don't need white sheets because there's plenty of whites to go along with them on those branches. They're traitors. We the people are diversified. We are tolerant of who we are in color and creed and religious and faith. Islam is not a religion of faith. It's a cult of death. A political ideology mixed with satanic pedophilia and ritualistic symbolisms and actions and the demoralization and the destruction of our human species. It's evil. I don't care what anyone says. I am not tolerant of such kind. They look down on us. They come here, they get our millions and billions. They get more, far much more than our veterans doing there on the streets. Why is that? Since when did we capitulate to Islam? Remember years ago after 9/11? Yes. Even though that was an inside job, but they used Islam on the surface, didn't they? Yes, we had Americans, real Americans inside these ISIS armies that trained Al-Qaeda, that was marching around. You can see their tattoos on them, the military tattoos, going through the streets, slaughtering Christians, murdering people, filleting them, stewing them, cutting out their hearts and eating it. Yes! That's the reality. Traitors. And they must be all lynched and put on pikes. So don't respect them. You see them near you, you let them show. You make a frown like, what are they doing standing next to you? If they're not committing an act of violence, don't just aggress them. But let them know you don't respect them. And they're beneath you. They're beneath the whole human species of what we, as Americans, again, black, white, yellow, red, pink, polka-dotted fucking elephants. They do not represent our Constitution. And this, and Mr. Sid Helms, I'm sure, knows, and I think he wanted to convey as well as yourself, Tommy. We are not a democracy. No, our democracy needs to be protected. Why? Oh, who's the democracy? The Democrats. They're the democracy. Democracies don't work either. We are a nation that's a republic. We let them in to be a party. But they're not a party of we the people. They are a party of subvertists, seditionists, communists, anything but a constitutionalist. And they hide behind the Constitution and try to use it against us while they themselves break it each and every day while whittling away, dumbing us down. So they don't even teach us in schools anymore. They should be in kindergarten, well, first grade onward. A whole class just deals with the Constitution and freedoms and rights and what it represents all the way to high school and colleges. We have to take this nation back. And if that means having to join a militia which is constitutionally sound, we are not the terrorists. We are here to hang the terrorists on the pikes. Elon Omar, you and your Somali shitholers over here destroying our nation, thinking that you're weeding your way into our government. We have pikes made ready for you. The day will come to where they get used. And the day will come when we do lynch those who have led us here. There's no tolerance. Pack them, smoke them. Hang the brainwashing off your minds to think for yourselves. These people are not out for us. Look what the Obamas tried to do. They tried to turn our school lunches into a shithole nation meal. It was so horrid looking, like it looks like something you ate and lost. Actually, something you ate and lost looked better. And that was called good food. These people are not for us. They wanted to turn us to a third world nation. Not a third world nation, a turd world nation. Yes, join the militias. Help their numbers grow. They got plenty of trained people that can help train you, and you can be used as the frontliners and also as the, not minions, as the militias who care about this country to go about and do about attacks to destroy those who are within our country, destroying us, subverting us, dumbing us down. Making the money, mention about the money they make. Steal it from them. It's yours. Show no respect. You see these people, these trichoms around here in this nation, they're not your friends. They're passing on secrets and gaining on knowledges and taking it back to China to use against us, to destroy us. Wake up. They are not your friends. There is no tolerance. Get out of your fairyland of the last unicorn, or you will be the last American. Tommy, good show. You handled the heat pretty good. There'll be ups and downs. You just keep going on and spread the word. And yes, we will take this nation back by force. Yes, if you're law enforcement and you're supporting this tolerance, you shall be piked at the expense of our blood to take this nation back. We do not submit and your laws. The laws of which are supposed to protect we the people. You are a traitor hiding behind a badge, and you shall hang from that tree. Made for all colors who go against we the people. That's tolerance. We are intolerant to the so-called tolerance. And that's how it's going to happen. That's how it's going to go down. And I do encourage that. That's not being a terrorist. It's calling standing up to the terrorists within us, that they're allowing in us, that they want to bring into us, thinking that they themselves will be protected? Or will it be like the Hunger Games? They will be in positions to where we the people will be fighting each other for the falsities of this world that they want to create, to destroy us, to destroy the population, to destroy this planet in a satanic plan, thinking of that out of chaos shall come order. Bullshit. Out of chaos shall come extinction if we do not do anything about it. Even if that includes facing the so-called alien threat. Remember, scriptures also say this: woe to you, O earth and sea, for the devil has been cast down to the earth. Beware, his time is short, and he's here as a ravenous lion. They're coming. The threats from deep space we must match. Am I crazy? We'll see.
No, you are not.
Be good. Keep it up. Keep it up, Tommy. I gotta go. I gotta prep for my own show. But remember that. America strong. Patriots. All others, you're gonna be pushed into the sea and hung on pikes. Especially if I have something to do with it. Close our borders. Make America great again and make America great permanently. We are not the policemen of the world. Those who want to side with us, we shall protect and defend. Of other nations even. Let's make a real one world government of we the people. Let's take away the third worlders. But until then, close our borders. We don't need any of them. They dug their own pits. With that being said, real Americans, and I'm not against those who are here legally and trying to work hard and have a life. Those who are here, however they got here and are doing what they can to contribute to our society, but most of them are not. You will hang from pikes. Better choose what side you're on. Help fight for us to keep this nation and make it great. Again, no matter how you got here, or be considered the enemy. Because we will be able to tell what side you're on. And what side of the pike you'll be hanging from. Tommy, good night. Love you. Keep up the work. Again, this is only your second show. Things happen. But you're able to pull through it. You have potential. Just keep on doing your research. Keep on bringing up forth the news that counts. To open people's eyes to the reality of what is going on in this nation. Because it's America's strong patriots that are going to keep and fight and spill their blood for this nation and for you. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Tommy. Bye.
No problem.
Jeez, those words from the Mad Martian, man. I'm honored.
I am honored as well. And to all patriots listening, what he just stated is true. The time is now. We have to remind the enemy that this is our ground, that this is our nation, and this is me calling out Antifa, which needs to happen. I'm tired of the attacks on our people. I'm tired that we are having to walk down the street and be beaten over the side of the head with fucking sticks, almost being ran over like what happened today. I had people come up to me and say, fuck you, almost ran me over for wearing a Trump hat. I'm a fascist. I'm a racist. Oh, we're going to beat your ass because you're wearing a Trump hat. No. Time is now. The time is now that we, the people, show them. They don't fear us. They don't scare us. Because Antifa, you and the Black Lives Matter and whatever other movement are a bunch of pussies. Grow some nuts and fight with their fucking fist. Until then, stay the fuck in your mom and dad's basements and stay out of our streets. Thank you. God bless you. God bless President Trump, because come November 3rd, we got 4 more years of President Trump. And God bless America.